Hey guys, I don't know if you knew it or not, but we actually do sell t-shirts here for the YouTube channel. Now, I know you guys may like being nude, but here in the real world, we like wearing clothes. And what better way can you do that? By buying one of our t-shirts. So go to teespring.com and pick any of the shirts that you see us wear on the show, and you can be like us, not nude. Hi guys, welcome to the Rule of Two, where the Star Wars news saga continues. I'm Terrence.
I'm Manny.
And we're finally back for you guys again. I know it's been a week since the last time we did a Rule of Two, but we did have some things that we wanted to talk about, and I know he is not Art, and I made this whole big thing about Art being here, but once again, Art flaked.
Yep.
So Manny's back here in the Jason
right.
chair to talk some more Star Wars with us. This time we're going to talk about the things that we know about in Mandalorian Season 2.
And I can't wait.
All right.
Season 1 ended on such a freaking, I don't want to say a cliffhanger, but it still ended with that need that you got to know what's happening with Season 2.
Exactly. So one of the things about it is that a lot of information has come out because this year in October they're going to release Season 2, which is a little bit fast for a lot of the TV shows. They don't normally turn around that quickly. So the simple fact that this one is actually going to turn around so quickly, they're starting to, I believe they're already in production and they're already filming. They're starting to let some things kind of slip out as far as what we're going to see in Season 2.
But do you base that off of the success of Season 1?
Of course.
And how much it impacted the sale of Disney Plus?
Yes, definitely. And they still have not gone ahead and released the fact that his name is #Yodi. I'm waiting for them to come out and know they released the child as a toy. So, but
horrible toys, by the way.
Really?
They don't look nothing like freaking. It might as well be freaking. It might as well be damn freaking Gizmo.
I mean, literally, literally Yoda
it's
is
Stripe Bang Gizmo.
Literally, Yoda is just hairless Gizmo.
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyway, so
ate some bad food because he's green.
Oh. So there's a couple things that came out, and I wanted to discuss them with you because I know that these kind of like fall within your wheelhouse of things that you are aware of. Because I know you're not the biggest Star Wars fan.
Oh no, I'm a very big Star Wars fan. I'm just not
very knowledgeable.
Okay. There you go. You know, when it goes into the expanded universe, and that's Art's thing.
And that's why he was normally here for this, so I'm going to blame him for you not knowing stuff.
That's right.
Show. But we do have Marshall here sitting on the side, so if we get something wrong, we can reach out to you.
That's
he's kind of a fact checker.
There you go.
All right, so for Season 2, one of the first things that actually came out that I thought was one of the most interesting things that they said is that Sasha Banks, WWE fan, is actually reportedly cast for Season 2. How do you feel about that?
You know, you get a you get a cage fighter in Gina Carano, so why not? Why not dip into that? But on top of that, you know, she's already done.
And by the way, Gina Carano did a great job.
She did a phenomenal job. Yeah. And I think that this is pretty much done a hell of a lot more than Haywire did. but either way, Sasha Banks already has a platform. She's already made a name for herself. She herself has her core fans and the WWE. So I think that adding that to Mandalorian and the Star Wars universe, I think it's just going to expand it even more.
Okay.
So yeah, man, I'm buying into that. She's an up and coming. As far as her acting is getting better.
Do you think she can make the type of impact that Gina Carano made in Season 1?
It all depends on the character that she is.
Okay.
I mean, we don't
Which
even
is
know
yet
exactly,
to be determined because they made up the character for Gina Carano, so we can't even like dig to the lore. So.
Exactly. So I don't know yet. Is Snoop coming out? That's Is he one of the farmers?
As much as she talks about Snoop on WWE, so you figure like, is Snoop gonna have like a camp? Is he gonna have a walk on?
Yeah. He's the blue milk distributor.
Oh man, that would be so great. That'd be so great.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so the next thing that actually came out is I guess we'll go to this one too because this makes more sense, or this is probably not as important as the last one that we're going to talk about. But Robert Rodriguez is actually announced by Ron Howard to be directing portions of Season 2. He didn't say specific episodes, but he made it seem like he's going to be kind of heavily involved in multiple things throughout the season for Season 2.
Okay.
As a Robert Rodriguez fan, how do you feel about Robert Rodriguez directing multiple episodes in Possibly season 2.
You know, you got Latin Tarantino with
Latin Tarantino.
with,
I've
Rodriguez.
never heard anybody say that. Thank
With-
you very
with-
much.
with
Now,
Rodriguez.
hashtag Latin Tarantino.
But you know, it's like Quentin Latino.
Hashtag Quentin Latino.
Latino.
Now I have to figure out how to spell that.
But as far as the style and how he shoots things and all of that, especially if there's fight choreography, so it all depends also with that. Now, if when you bring in an action guy that is, you know, he is pretty much around that type of genre, I think he's probably going to shoot some action sequences.
Okay, so when we looked at season 1, it was a lot of Lone Wolf and Cub. It was a lot of Lone Wolf and Cub. Do you feel that he would bring his westerny style like he did with El Mariachi to The Mandalorian season 2?
Absolutely. I think he, because of that, you know, the Mandalorian is basically a Western.
Yeah.
And you had that trilogy of El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. He already has all of that. So I think that that eye for that style of shooting and cinematography, I think that it goes well with this. And you're always talking about the colors of Mandalorian being so yellow and this and that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of those films that he did are the same type of
Yeah,
color,
I mean,
and
because that's kind of like the color
form.
grade that they would do for westerns, right?
So I think that in that aspect, as far as the cinematography and all that, I think that yeah, you will know when it's him and when it's not.
Okay, so
The thing that I'm curious more is the amount of, because you know, you look at Planet Terror or you look at, you know, any of those mariachi films,
like his sci-fi stuff, you feel like that may not
well,
work?
no, but I'm
or-
talking about as far as the how far is he gonna go? Because they can be some outlandish scenes in
It's
those films.
PG-13,
So how far can he go and tone it down? Now we're talking about the same guy that did Spy Kids, so I know that he's got that in him. But if you're gonna do, especially if they have him direct action sequences, how far can you really go?
I mean,
with
think
Star
about
Wars,
think about the
with
fact
Star
that
Wars?
like Quentin Tarantino was up for a Star Trek film.
But he wanted it rated R. It's different.
Okay, so
You ain't gonna have rated R Star Wars.
yeah, there's
Star
not gonna be
Wars. That's
there's not gonna be rated R
on
Star
Disney
Wars.
Plus,
So
that's not gonna happen. So that's why I say. So it
so you
depends
think
on
it's
how
a
far.
waste to have Robert Rodriguez direct episodes?
No, not at all. Like I said, it depends what he's directing. Is he
Okay.
directing just a regular scene, or is he directing an action scene? I don't know. Is
Okay.
there going to be a lot of
But if he's
depth?
directing an action scene, it's a violent action scene.
It's a possibility, but you know, you got Revenge of the Sith that had some pretty dark scenes. I mean, basically the interpretation of him killing the kids. You know, when
Right.
Anakin goes to the Jedi Temple. So
And that was the first one that got a PG-13.
yes, so it is dark. That movie was very dark. It had some elements of that kind of tone. And I think that if they want to go that route and have some scenes to go that route,
Okay.
then, you know, Rodriguez is your guy.
I mean, if you
But
look, if you
it all
look at
depends.
like the fewer like the last few episodes from season 1 when they were on the prison station.
The prison station,
And
that was
they
kinda
did some
dark.
they did some cutaways when it was like, well, they let you believe that
When
he
it
was
was
actually
implied that
killing,
something
that
was-
he
yeah,
was, he was killing them. So they can still play with that. It was like they can show you but not show you,
Yeah,
and still
true.
kind of like if he wants to go that route, they can kind of cut it right at the point where something's gonna happen, but not really show it and just imply that it actually happened.
Right.
So,
And
I
I
can
think
feel
that-
like his style could work. That
Yeah, it could work, and I think I don't want to say it's much needed, but it ups the ante when it comes to Star Wars. Period.
Okay.
You know, it is dragged so much, so many divisiveness. Whether it's Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker, you got all this, you know, divided as far as the fans. Mandalorian has been the one thing that's been very consistent. That and maybe the Clone Wars series. But you know, this one has put Star Wars back where it should be, and putting a guy like that has that kind of vision. Hell yeah, man! I think that's a great. It's a great addition. Absolutely.
I'm excited to have him be a director on it. Like I said, Ron Howard actually went over a couple of different directors, and then they were like, I actually haven't been like really signed on to do it. But Robert Rodriguez is the only one that actually says that, hey, I'm actually going to be part of this. So
Okay, I'm curious.
We got Robert Rodriguez, John Favreau, maybe Ron Howard.
And then you got Filoni in there. too.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Okay, but I'm
So-
curious of this though. Ron Howard directed the worst Star Wars film of all time.
Is it really?
Where
It's
is-
not
in
really.
a lot of people's eyes.
Not-
not mine.
no,
It's
no,
not
not
mine.
at
It's
all.
not. I mean,
Not at all.
because you know what's funny is that
The
a lot-
worst Star Wars film is
it's
not.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's Clone Wars. I mean, the free Attack of the Clones.
That's the worst Star Wars film for you?
Yeah.
Dude, it's definitely Phantom Menace.
You think Phantom Menace?
Yes.
Duel of Fates.
Yeah, like the last 15 minutes of the movie were great.
Small?
The hour and
Padres?
45 minutes that I know we did a You Don't Hate Phantom Menace.
Yeah, really,
But an
we did-
hour
we
and
just-
45 minutes of this movie was not good.
Completely off the rails.
Yeah, exactly, right? So the #1 Star Wars show on YouTube.
But if you count backwards. but if you
Go ahead.
There's a lot wrong with Solo, okay? I think that
is it really?
Yeah, there's a lot wrong.
How did
with
we get
Solo.
here, by the way?
I don't know, but I'm trying to see what. Now I know that him and Lucas were really close and all that. I get it, but I don't know how. I think Favreau's got more to say. I think I'd listen more to what Favreau has to say more before Ron Howard. Not taking away from Ron Howard. I love Ron Howard. Splash. Night Shift.
Happy days.
But regardless. Go ahead.
Andy Griffin, so.
It's Opie Cunningham.
That's funny. All right, so I really got sidetracked on that one. All right, but anyway, so you're okay with Ron Howard being on here? You're okay with Robert Rodriguez?
I'm okay with Robert Rodriguez being on there. And Ron Howard, he's got, I get that there was a lot of creative differences, and I'm pretty sure that there was a lot of studio interference when it came to Solo. Okay, I'll give you that. But he is a very talented director, so definitely. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just saying,
Ron, I'm on your side. You gave me a great film in Solo. I don't care what other people say.
All right, I liked it. It was good.
These people also hated The Last Jedi, and
I did not hate The Last Jedi.
I mean, you didn't. I mean, it's like other people did.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. So, last thing I wanted to cover as far as Mandalorian news.
Okay.
Giancarlo Esposito, did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay. He says that when they were talking to him in an interview, that in the upcoming season 2, we all know in season 1 that spoiler alert, that there was the Darksaber was revealed.
The Darksaber was revealed. That's right.
It was revealed. He says that in season 2, we're going to see a lot of lightsaber action. Now, technically, he is the only one with a lightsaber.
Currently.
So is he gonna just be like chopping through people, or do you think we'll actually see another Jedi?
This is...
I mean, Order 51 has already been executed at this point.
Order 51?
Is Order 51?
Order 66.
Order 66, sorry. I don't know why I said 51. Order 66. Order 66 has already been executed by then.
Well, this takes place after Jedi.
Yeah, so
Return of the Jedi.
Already... the only two Jedi we know at this point are Vader, Yoda, and
gone.
Luke.
And they're only Luke.
Okay,
is
Luke
alive.
and Vader. Yeah, okay.
Luke is alive, and everybody else is gone.
Right. So
this takes place after.
If there's lightsaber action, are we maybe going to see a hidden Jedi that somehow survived Order 66?
Could be.
Or is there just another Force shooter that may not be a Jedi?
Could you? That's a possibility.
Okay.
It's Broom Boy. No.
Broom Boy is making a comeback for season 2.
Is it Ezra?
I would like that.
But we don't know. So I think
I would love them to do some crossover to the TV series. So
you do. Well, it's canon.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily a crossover.
I mean, the Darksaber is a crossover to the TV series.
So, but you do have, you have Yodi in there. So
Yodi.
He is the tie. He is the tie to the Force and the Jedi and all that. So maybe him itself is what's going to bring out the Jedi. It's a possibility. You just never know.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that'd be a surprise if it was Ezra older, I guess, because he was so young back in the Clone Wars or whenever he was around. But yeah, there could be others. Not all the Jedi were gone. Come on.
Right. One of the things that a lot of the Clone Wars dealt with them, the battle between the Mandalorians and that Darksaber. So I mean, they could do something like that to kind of show maybe how they're, the leftover Mandalorian maybe trying to get it back, or and maybe he's fighting them with the Darksaber, I guess.
Possibly. Or the lightsaber action that's happening is flashback.
Okay, it could be. Maybe how he got it.
Yeah, it's a flashback scene. That's a possibility.
That's probably more along the lines of where they're going to go.
Probably.
Okay, so one of the things, and I didn't write this down on my list, one of the things that Gina Carano said in an interview is that we are actually going to find out #Yodi's name.
Yodi's name. And they're going to call him Yodi.
I know. It's like, are we ready to make a definitive statement that his name will be Yodi?
His name is Yodi. Disney, the Goods podcast better be on your credits when it comes to this freaking movie.
All right, we're feeling pretty confident that it is Yodi, and if it is Yodi, we will see you, Disney. So,
because we've been saying it.
We've been saying it forever.
Record.
It's #Yodi.
Watch the old
Please
shows.
go back in the old shows. We've been saying it forever that it's #Yodi. Last thing, and I know Marshall mentioned it to me before, is that we actually got confirmation that the Palpatine that we saw in Rise of Skywalker was a clone. Everybody had said that he was a clone, but they've actually come out in the novelization that's just been released that he absolutely was a clone.
He was a clone.
Does that change anything for you about Rise of Skywalker? Does it make you think about anything going forward in the future in regards to the Star Wars universe with Palpatine himself, seeing the fact that they could possibly still clone him?
Well, then it just honestly goes back to I read this too, and it goes back to his essence and his spirit is still there. So it is so powerful and so strong with the dark side that
his mojo, baby.
his mojo, it's so strong that no flesh can withstand it, which is why. And another part that I read which is why the Sith always look deformed, because their essence and the evil is so overwhelming that the skin, the flesh cannot take that force. So him being a clone, if it changes anything as far as Rise of Skywalker, no, not really.
Okay.
I think that the concept art that Trevorrow put out there was far better than what we got on screen. Not taken away from Rise. I did like Rise of Skywalker. It was good, but to your point, as far as a lot of the plot holes and everything, which also the novelization fills a lot of those plot holes too.
Should have been on screen.
Make me read and shit.
Should have been on screen.
But it just overall, if you start going into episode 10, 11, and 12, you can still do it with him, and I'd rather not. So let's just, if he's a clone, okay, great. But when she destroyed him, let it be like for good, because to bring him back again would be like, all right, you know what? Let's just call freaking.
Except when we need him again as a plot device.
Let's call Ghostbusters. Let's get this freaking ghost trap out. Let's do it.
All right.
I'm done with this guy.
All right, so that's all we got for season 2 for The Mandalorian. If you guys have heard anything else, please make sure you put it in the comments below. Let us know. We'd love to have a discussion with you guys in the comments in regards to anything that you guys have heard. I try to scour the internet and kind of see what's going on, but I don't catch everything. So make sure you guys put it down below. Any final thoughts, sir?
No, let's bring on freaking Mandalorian, baby. I'm ready. I want season 2. Hey, what other WWE star would you want on there? Who would make a good Jedi?
You know, I don't care about Jedi. I want to see Triple H actually transition out of wrestling. I was like, he tried to in Blade Trinity, #1 Star Wars show on YouTube. So I want to see him do something else. So if he can get into Star Wars, I'd love to see him in there. Put a helmet on him. Let's go. They put it on Daniel Craig, so hey, Simon Pegg got to wear a suit. Put it on Triple H. Let's do that. I think next week we're gonna talk about Clone Wars, because we haven't had a chance to talk about that.
No, the final season. I have not. I've seen the first episode and I have not finished.
It'll give us a chance to kind of catch up with that and maybe just kind of recap the first few episodes and its ending, its true end to that series.
Yeah.
All right. So for Art, who is not here, who is once again taking his job for granted, I'm Terrence.
I'm Manny.
And may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Wait, guys, are you still here? I'm glad you're still here. All right, so if you look down, I mean, it's somewhere over here. Look down. We actually have a Patreon. So if you guys watch the show and you really like what we want to do and you want to help support the show and you want to help me get an editor so I can get to sleep at night because I'm really tired and you guys see all my mistakes in the episodes. So please go to patreon.com/thegoods. Give us a penny, give us a nickel, give us $1.
Just don't give us the finger.
Don't do that. But make sure you do donate something, because we do have some giveaways. There's posters, there's t-shirts, there's
I'll sign something for you.
Exactly. So take a look, guys, and help us out.